in between these two parishes here, Iberville and Rosedale, Louisiana, on the outskirts of Baton Rouge, they have this town, and this town it operates with like gangs in and out its police station. There's some type of life down there that's extremely malevolent, and like it was hard for me to be acclimated to nicer places and nicer things and normal lifestyles. When I grew up in Midland, Michigan, when my mom worked for Dow Chemical, and she worked for the Dow Chemical headquarters in Midland, Michigan, and she's been a Dow employee for over 25 years. She's been working for Dow or something like that. I'm pretty positive about. And the main fact is that I had to relocate with my mom only for she worked for Dow, so I relocated to Midland, Michigan for a while, and life was normal, age 1 to 16. I went to the Manager Clinic in Texas, but it was just because my mom and dad they're being a little bit overprotective, or they're being either overprotective or dishonest. They sent me there where everybody was my friend for the year and a half I was there. They had everything had checked out with me though. I've actually eventually had to go through do some psychic tests and psychic readings and what energy reading, just bullshit. Ink blot tests and ink. When you would be friends with the girls over there, one of them would be sweet, and I know you would make friends or whatever. Hold hands with people that were over there. That was like the people that you're friends with. But that was at the Manager Clinic in Texas that cleared me with they didn't diagnose me with anything like that. Anything at whatever was so all at all because my parents were being liars. They're ridiculous. Anyway, let me tie this here, the Manager Clinic, into what had happened. From 16, I don't know when I was in the Manager Clinic. I was younger, but that's the reason why I was so structured. I also had 100, 200, maybe $210,000 in insurance and braces and perfect teeth with braces in school and perfect teeth in dental. Coming from Louisiana, being born and raised at Our Lady of the Lake Hospital in Baton Rouge, and having a family that was from, very, 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 like I said, it was a malevolent side of town where it was. The area this was with, once again, it was called Iberville and Rosedale, Louisiana, where my mom had an antebellum. She has a antique antebellum home there, and they got the antique home there. They managed to happen to buy that antique home in Rosedale, Louisiana. And you see the antique home she bought in Rosedale, Louisiana is just in a very, very, very black area, like semi to the projects. Worse than the Bronx and New York, like 10 times worse than the Bronx and New York is the property is so black around Louisiana, it's receded under, and some of the police stations have gangs in them, and they enforce with the gangs in the schools and stuff. But continuing on about how this happened to me, how did it happen to me? Well, I just grew up or normally as I regularly would have, as any kid would have, and having these people in my family be from such a black and such a country destitute black country area. I could tell you from the age that I was a child that I got bad vibes about the people that were there. Bad vibes about the people that were there. I got bad vibes about just about every last person behind the next. And it wasn't until, later on down the road that the circus truly began to happen. And I'll just continue the story in the next video here so I don't run it off that